Welcome back to Dad Got This. I don't know about you, I love sushi. Sushi's expensive, so I can make sushi rice at home, get some salmon from the store, and I can make my own little sushi bowl here. And that's what we're gonna do. To make the rice, we are gonna use the Instant Pot. I'm apparently the Instant Pot rice guy now. All my Instant Pot rice videos go crazy, everybody watches them and loves them. So we are gonna learn how to make sushi rice in the Instant Pot. Super simple. How is sushi rice different than just rice? You put a little bit of flavorings in it, you put a little bit of vinegar in it, you put a little bit of salt, a little sugar, makes it a little bit sticky and a little bit sweet and sour. It has its own flavor. We will also be making a quick spicy mayo. I love spicy mayo. Let's get going. This is super easy. The first thing we're gonna need is the Instant Pot. I'll give you a little tip. I have a special ring that I only use for making rice. It is red for rice. Why do I do that? Because I don't want any funny smells getting into the ring when I make my rice and transferring to my rice. Some people say I'm crazy and you don't need to do that. You can just run the ring in the dishwasher or freeze it or sit it out in the sun. They're so cheap and so easy. I make so much rice. It just makes sense for me to have my very own rice ring. If you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Be like Dad. So we need an Instant Pot. We need sushi rice, some kind of measuring cup, water, and seasonings. Really easy. The first step in making rice, at least for Dad, is rinsing your rice. Controversial topic. I was taught by a bunch of Asian grandmas, you always rinse your rice, removes the excess starches and things that are on the rice for most types of rices. Sushi rice is one of those rices you're supposed to rinse. If you don't want to rinse your rice, don't rinse your rice. That's okay. I'm just saying, I like to rinse mine. For today's recipe, we are going to be using 1 cup of rice into the bowl. To rinse it, I just run it under the tap and do a swirl.
I do this about 3 times until the water runs semi-clear.
You keep as much of the rice in there as you can. You might lose a kernel or two. And if there's a little water left in there, no big deal. Remember those seasonings we talked about? We do those later. Right now, we're just gonna cook rice. So we've got rice, but we don't have water. How much water? 1 cup and about 1/8 of a cup of water. Basically, it's a 1 to 1 and a smidge ratio. You wanna make sure that all the rice is covered by the water so that none is kind of like sticking out or clumpy. We put our lid on. Instant Pot stuff, make sure we are set to sealing. And we're gonna cook this on high pressure for 6 minutes. When our 6 minutes is up, we're gonna do a natural release, which just means let the Instant Pot sit until the little popper thing goes down on its own. While we're waiting on our rice, we might as well prepare our seasoning and our salmon. For the next part, really simple to make the seasoning. We've got 2 teaspoons of sugar, a pinch, maybe like 1/8 of a, I don't know, it's a very little bit of sea salt. I like to use a combination of mirin, which is a seasoned rice wine, very common in Japanese foods, and white vinegar. The mix of those two seems to give a nice acidity, a little bit of extra sweetness from the mirin. So I use 1 tablespoon of mirin and 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. Now you can adjust these flavors as you like. So we're just gonna go ahead and pour that in there, pour that in there. And we're gonna give it a stir to try and dissolve all of this sugar and salt into the mixture. Now, if yours isn't completely dissolving, you pop it in the microwave for like 15 seconds, and that should help break everything down. All right, I warmed everything up a little bit. And we'll just stir till. That was our Instant Pot letting us know that the 6-minute cook time is done. Now we just have to wait for the natural release to go ahead and open up our Instant Pot. We'll let that cool down a little bit. Let's get out some salmon. Dad was over at his local Sam's Club and they had sushi grade salmon. I don't 100% understand how the grading of the sushi grade works out. I think it's just like a fresher, cleaner fish, but I tend to stick with things they label as sushi grade when I'm eating it raw.
I don't know if you can eat the other stuff raw. I wouldn't tell you to do it, but sushi grade, I should be able to eat raw. Looks like a nice piece of fish. I always like to check for bones down the spine. Let's cut up some sushi. Since I'm the only one in the family who likes sushi, the rest of this will be cooked in a different method, little baked salmon for the family. And we're just gonna cut a couple little pieces. Ooh, that looks nice. The last thing we're gonna whip up is a little bit of spicy mayo. If you love spicy mayo in the sushi restaurant like I love spicy mayo, all it is mayonnaise and sriracha. Now they use a special mayonnaise called Kewpie most of the time. It's got a little baby on the package, adorable. I just have some regular mayo. It works in a pinch. So you just put a little bit of mayo, like so. Get yourself a little sriracha. I love this stuff. As much as you like, as spicy as you like. You now have spicy mayo. A little bit of soy sauce. I'm out of wasabi. Otherwise, there would definitely be wasabi in there. 15 minutes, that's how long it took for the Instant Pot to completely naturally release its pressure. All right, let's check our rice out. Nice. A little sticky. Sticky rice is what we're going for. We got a perfectly sticky rice. Now we're gonna go ahead and just pour our seasoning in and mix well. The next step is to chill our sushi rice down to room temperature. You don't eat hot sushi rice, so we gotta go wait. Our rice has sufficiently cooled down to be what I would consider room temperature. So now we're gonna try it. We'll try it first with just the rice. It's delicious. I love sushi rice. Little bit of sweetness, little bit of salt in there. It's wonderful. Now, my favorite. Salmon. Come on, salmon. That's actually not too bad at chopsticks. A little bit of spicy mayo, or a lot of spicy mayo. There you go. There is literally nothing better in this world, I don't think. I love sashimi salmon with good sushi rice. It's a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Dad has lots of other rice videos for the Instant Pot. I have lots of sashimi to eat, lots of rice, and not a lot of time. Dad doesn't do outros, so that's it.